Imagine this. A teenage girl, cheeks flushed red from humiliation, standing in the middle of her family's wheat field. Laughter echoes across the open land. A group of kids from her school, some she once thought were her friends, are holding up their phones, recording, mocking her every move. She's so slow. Bet she can't even run to the barn without passing out. They throw empty soda cans at her boots, their voices cutting through the warm evening air like knives. Her name is Sarah Miller. Sarah was different. Not because she wanted to be, but because life made her that way. At 16, she was heavier than most girls at school. Life on the farm didn't leave much time for sports or hanging out. Her mornings started at dawn, feeding chickens, hauling hay bales, sweating under the burning sun. She wore flannel shirts and muddy boots while the other girls wore crop tops and skinny jeans. At school, they called her Piggy. Sometimes behind her back, sometimes right to her face. She learned to keep her head down, survive the day, and come home to her family's land. Her safe place. But this time, the bullying didn't stay at school. They came here. To her home. It happened on a warm Saturday. Sarah was fixing the fence when she heard a truck coming up the dirt road. She turned and saw them. Tyler, the Golden Boy quarterback. Madison, the Queen Bee cheerleader. And a couple of their friends. They were filming TikToks on her family's land, throwing insults like candy. "What's up, fatty? You run this farm, or does it run you?" Tyler smirked. Madison laughed. "Wow, is this where all the pigs live? Guess you fit right in." Sarah clenched her fists. Her chest burned, her throat tight. She wanted to yell. She wanted to fight back. But all she could do was stand there and take it. They started grabbing handfuls of feed, tossing it at her like it was a game. "Here, piggy piggy." They laughed. And that was it. That was the moment something inside Sarah broke. She didn't cry. Not yet. She turned and ran, not to hide, but to get to the only person she trusted. Uncle Jack. Jack wasn't just an uncle. He was a former Green Beret sniper. A man who had seen war, who had survived things most people couldn't imagine. After retiring, he came to live on the farm, helping the family out. To Sarah, he wasn't just family. He was her hero. When Sarah burst into the barn, tears streaming down her face, Jack was oiling his old rifle. He didn't even look up when he spoke. "Who hurt you?" Sarah told him everything. Every word. Every laugh. Every insult. She expected him to storm out, to scare those kids off. But instead, he just smiled. Not a warm smile, but one that said he knew something she didn't. "Good," he said quietly. "Now we start." The next morning, before the sun even rose, Sarah woke to the sound of banging pots. Jack's voice echoed through the farmhouse. "Boots on. Meet me outside." And that's when everything changed. From that day on, Sarah's life became a test of fire. Jack put her through hell. Running laps across the fields until her legs burned. Carrying hay bales like they were nothing. Push-ups. Pull-ups. Squats. Then came the mental drills, target shooting with precision, learning to breathe steady under pressure, how to stay calm when someone tries to break you. Every single day, she wanted to quit. Every single day, Jack's voice pushed her harder. "Pain is just weakness leaving the body. You're stronger than you think." Weeks turned into months. The girl who once hid from the world was becoming someone new, leaner, tougher, sharper than anyone would expect. But Jack didn't just teach her how to fight. He taught her control. "Violence ain't the answer unless there's no other choice," he told her one night. Then he tapped her chest. "The real fight's in here." And then came the day of the harvest festival. The whole town was there. So was everyone from school. Including them. Sarah walked into town wearing jeans and a plaid shirt that fit her just right. Heads turned. Not because she was skinny now, but because she carried herself differently. Strong. Confident. Tyler saw her first. Madison right behind him. Tyler smirked, just like he always did. Well, Piggy got out of the pen. The old Sarah would have looked down, stayed quiet. Not this time. She stepped closer, her voice calm, steady. "You should leave my farm alone." Tyler laughed in her face. "Or what?" That's when Sarah smiled. Not with anger. With certainty. "Or next time you trespass, you'll find out." Something in her voice made Tyler hesitate. Just for a second. And that second was everything. Madison tried to laugh it off, but her eyes gave her away. They walked off, muttering under their breath. Sarah didn't need to fight. She didn't need to prove anything. She had already won. That night, she stood under the stars, looking out at her family's land. The same land where she cried months ago. Now, it was the place where she rebuilt herself. Jack walked up beside her, quiet for a long moment, then said, "You ain't that girl anymore." Sarah smiled, eyes on the horizon. "No, Uncle Jack, I'm stronger than her. And that's the thing about life. Sometimes, the world tries to break you. But those cracks, they're where strength is forged." Sarah didn't change to please anyone. She changed because she refused to let hate define her. And so can you.